Hi guys, I'm Libertman, forced to be alone but free to decide how to live it. Today we're going to talk about one of the most dangerous identities a man can adopt. Not dangerous because it is violent, not dangerous because it is toxic, but dangerous because it is invisible and subtle. I'm talking about the nice guy, the good boy. The man who tries to be perfect, kind, agreeable, soft, compliant, non-threatening, because he believes that this is what will make people love him. But that belief is wrong, and the man who lives through that belief always ends in the same place, unchosen, overlooked, emotionally exploited, resentful, invisible, and disconnected from his own masculine identity. So today we're going to break that identity, and we're going to replace it with something deeper. Stop being good. Start being just. Because women don't choose good men. Society doesn't respect good men. Life doesn't reward good men, but it does reward just men. So what is a nice guy? According to the work of my colleague Robert Glover, a nice guy is not a kind man. A nice guy is a man who learned to survive by being harmless. So he believes, if I'm always good, people will approve of me. If I don't bother anyone, nobody will reject me. If I overgive, eventually I will receive. If I suppress my needs, I will be loved. But this is not goodness. This is fear wearing the mask of kindness. Nice guys are created by childhood environments where expressing needs was punished. Mothers who demanded emotional caretaking, fathers who were absent, harsh, or unpredictable, religions or cultures that equate masculinity with guilt, experiences of early rejection, deep fear of abandonment. So the nice guy responds by becoming overly agreeable, overly polite, sacrificial, predictable, emotionally nurtured, addicted to approval, afraid of confrontation, terrified of disappointing others. He lives a hidden logic that states, if I do everything right, if I please everyone, if I am perfect, then someone will finally love me. But this formula never works. So, which are the characteristics of the nice guy? Well, he avoids conflict. He will bend, compromise, and submit rather than risk disapproval. He suppresses emotions. He believes anger is bad, that her needs is to be selfish, and his desire is shameful. He is overly helpful. He gives too much, too soon, with the unconscious hope of receiving affection. He has secret contracts. He expects gratitude, loyalty, or sex in exchange for his overgiving, but he never communicates these expectations. Seeks validation from women. His entire emotional identity depends on feminine approval. He is afraid to say no. He believes that setting boundaries will cause rejection. He has resentment because his kindness is a currency, not generosity, and it never pays back. So why women do not choose nice guys? women do not reject goodness. They reject emptiness, weakness, and manipulated kindness. Women sense instantly when a man is overgiving out of insecurity, when he is suppressing his true self, when he lacks boundaries, when he is afraid of conflict, when his kindness is actually an unconscious strategy. Nice guy energy feels needy, predictable, unexciting, unmasculine, mother-like rather than partner-like, emotionally flat, passive, unanchored. Even if they admire his heart, they do not feel polarity. A man who cannot confront, assert, protect, resist, or say no cannot generate attraction. Women don't want a good boy. They want a just man. So what is a just man? A just man is not cruel, not authoritarian, not domineering. A just man is a man who integrates assertiveness, boundaries, self-respect, masculine clarity, and the healthy pole of the big five. So let's break it down. What is the big five traits of the just man in the healthy range? Well, the the just man has high conscientiousness that entails discipline, structure, integrity, reliability. A just man keeps his word, but not at the cost of betraying himself. A just man has high openness, but with grounding. That consists of originality, thoughtfulness, reflection, and curiosity. He's open to perspectives, but not so open that he loses his center. A just man has moderate agreeableness, not too high to be a nice guy, and not too low as an asshole. So he's compassionate but firm, empathetic but not self-sacrificing, kind but with boundaries. A just man has low neuroticism. That means emotional stability, calm under pressure, and unshaken identity. A just man knows who he is. And a just man also has extraversion or introversion in a natural range. The just man is not defined by being outgoing or reserved, but he is defined by his authenticity. So, what is the essence of the just man? He tells the truth even when it's uncomfortable. He says no without guilt. He protects his time, resources, heart, and energy. He confronts disrespect immediately. He walks away when something is unfair. He values reciprocity. He chooses himself first, not selfishly, but consciously. He does not beg for love. He does not negotiate his dignity. He does not overgive to be chosen. He leads with steadiness, not with fear. So women do not just respect this man, they trust him and they feel safe around him. Because a just man is not trying to buy love, he's trying to live in truth. Now let's see how each of the macro group of the C4PC can stop being a nice guy and start being a just man. This is the heart of the video. Every personality type has its own weakness that leads to the nice guy identity and its own pathway to break free from it. So let's cover for each macro group their nice guy tendencies, their blind spots, their hidden fear, their sabotage pattern, their specific transformation steps, and also a tailored strategy to become a just man for for each of the macro groups. And then also let's see the exact behaviors they must kill, the exact behavior that they must build, and the new internal identity that they must adopt. So we've been developing the concept of the nice guy, what a nice guy truly is, that he's not a good man, but a man afraid of being unloved. So we saw why women don't choose him, why life doesn't reward him, and what defines a just man. That is a man of assertiveness, boundaries, integrity, and healthy masculinity. Now let's go deeper, because each personality type of the C4PC carries its own version of the nice guy energy. And to become a just man, each type requires a different strategy, a different medicine, a different form of self-confrontation. So now we are going to break those patterns one by one. So each type of the C4PC has its own hidden fear, its own nice guy mask, its own way of betraying itself, and its own route toward masculine justice. So for the internal rationals, the nice guy of intellectual submission. The internal rational nice guys suppress themselves not emotionally, but logically. They stay silent, they avoid conflict, they analyze instead of act, they choose harmony instead of truth, they intellectually justify giving up their needs. They believe, if I am reasonable, she will appreciate me. If I don't pressure anyone, they won't lead me. If I stay calm and understanding, I'll be valued. But what they actually communicate is lack of masculine conviction. For the internal rationals, how does this just man transformation unfold? Well, first, speak the truth at the first discomfort, not at analysis number 47, not when the situation is already burning. Internal rational men wait too long. A just internal rational speaks early, clearly, and directly. Secondly, stop over accommodating people intellectually. Internal rational men bend in arguments to avoid conflict. This makes them look weak, so hold your line. In the third place, express needs without shame. Internal rational men think expressing a need is irrational, therefore I shouldn't. But no, expressing needs is masculine clarity, not weakness. Also, make decision faster. Indecision equals softness, and softness shows no polarity, and polarity is attraction. And finally, stop dating from the head. Internal rational nice guys think attraction is about being logical, coherent, and stable. Women want a man, not a philosophy professor. So reconnect with desire, not just with thought. So, what's the new identity of the just man in an internal rational? It's a man who says what he thinks, a man who doesn't apologize for having standards, a man who sets boundaries instantly, a man who values his time and autonomy, a man who shows direction without hesitation. That is the version of the new identity of the just man for the internal rational. In the case of the external rationals, that would be the nice guy of over responsibility. The external rational nice guys don't collapse internally like internal rational men. Instead, they collapse under performance. They believe, if I work hard enough, I will be loved. If I take care of everything, she won't leave. If I fix her problems, she will appreciate me. If I provide value, she will respect me. They turn relationships into projects and turn themselves into unpaid emotional contractors. What is the hidden fear? If I stop doing, I'm not enough. So let's see how the external rational should start this just man transformation. Well, start by stop over functioning. You are not her father, her mechanic, her therapist or manager. Stop trying to earn love through labor. Prioritize reciprocity. If she gives nothing back, walk away. External, rational, nice guys tolerate imbalance too long. Also, replace providing with leading. Providing means conditional approval, while leading involves masculine clarity. A just man doesn't do things for her, he does things with her. Also, build a life where he doesn't need to be needed. The external rational trap is being indispensable gives me value. That's what he thinks. But no, being sovereign gives you value. And lastly, allow others to carry their own weight. External rational nice guys take too much responsibility. A just external rational lets others contribute or lose access. So, how it would be the new identity of the just man for the external rationals? Well, a man who leads by direction, not by sacrifice, a man who shares responsibility instead of absorbing it, a man who is valued for his presence, not his productivity, a man who never begs through effort, a man whose time and energy have a price. So now let's see the situation of the internal emotionals, who are the nice guy of emotional self-erasure. Internal emotional nice guys don't sacrifice logic or labor. They sacrifice themselves. They disappear emotionally so others feel comfortable. They believe, if I love deeply, she won't abandon me. If I understand her pain enough, she will stay. If I'm gentle and poetic and emotionally open, she'll appreciate me. But women don't respect emotional self-erasure. Sensitivity is attractive only when paired with masculine boundaries, which is the hidden fear here. If I show my real anger, she will leave. So let's see how the internal emotional can begin to do the steps, to make the steps for the just man transformation. Well, firstly, Express anger in a mature masculine way. Not rage, not silence. Calm, sharp assertion. Internal emotional nice guys fear conflict. Just internal emotional men hold conflict. Then stop idealizing women. Internal emotional nice guys turn women into symbols. This creates unrealistic projections. A just man sees women as human, not transcendent. Then stop loving first, evaluate first. Internal emotional men fall in love before verifying compatibility. This leads to heartbreak. So evaluate and then feel deeply. Also, build a life independent of emotional fusion. Internal emotional nice guys merge too fast, and a just man differentiates. And lastly, replace romantic fantasy with masculine presence. Poetry does not build trust, boundaries do. So, how the new identity of the just man will begin incarnating in the internal emotionals? Well, you will notice you have become a just man if you are a man who loves deeply but asserts firmly. A man who respects emotions but does not drown in them. A man who no longer confuses suffering with intimacy. A man who expresses desire without apology. A man who refuses to mother himself through women. And in the case of the external emotionals, who are the nice guy of social compliance, the external emotional nice guys seek belonging above truth. They believe, if everyone likes me, I will be safe. If people approve of me, I will be accepted. If I'm always supportive, I will be appreciated. Their nice guy pattern is hyper-adaptation. They become chameleons to avoid rejection. What is their hidden fear? If someone doesn't like me, it means something is wrong with me. So, how they can start the just man transformation? Well, first practice control disagreeing. Say no. Say I don't think so. Say I don't want that. The external emotional man must break the addiction to social approval. Secondly, build identity outside relationships. External emotional nice guys lose themselves in social environments. A just man stands firm, even when alone. Then reduce emotional over-explanation. A just man doesn't justify every feeling. He states it and moves on. Develop solitude tolerance. Solitude is medicine for external emotional men. They must learn to regulate internally. And lastly, build boundaries with warmth, not guilt. Assertiveness does not destroy connection, it purifies it. So, how will the external emotional know their new identity of the just man has begun inside of them? Well, if they become a man who belongs to himself first, if they now are a man who gives without begging for approval, if he's a man who is emotionally warm but not emotionally used, a man who keeps his center even in groups, a man who is respected because he respects himself. So, let's now see what I call the final transformation. How any man stops being good and starts being just, regardless of the type, the transformation. This final transformation has 3 universal steps. Step 1 is learn to disappoint people. If you fear disappointing anyone, you cannot live in truth. A just man disappoints when it's necessary. Step 2. Protect your boundaries like a warrior. Nice guys collapse at the first sign of tension, but just men stand firm. And step 3. Replace approval seeking with self-respect. The nice guy asks, do they like me? And the just man asks, do I respect myself in this situation? That question changes everything. So, being good is easy. Being good is passive. Being good is emotional camouflage. Being good is a survival strategy. But being just, that requires courage. That requires confrontation. That requires masculinity. A good man is liked. A just man is respected. A good man is chosen only when convenient. A just man is chosen because he stands alone if he must. A good man begs softly for belonging. A just man creates the condition for real connection. You are not born to be good. You are born to be just. So thank you for listening up to this point. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, share it with someone else, subscribe to the channel to support the channel and more content like this one. Much courage, take care, and see you in the next one.